This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Tim Gordon. This morning on Sunrise, a daytime murder on the streets of Portland. What we're learning about the man accused in a deadly stabbing. Plus, rebuilding after Ian's devastation. How Portland will play a critical role in the early stages of the recovery. But before we get to all that, let's check in with Chris McGinnis for a first look at the forecast on a Saturday. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Tim. Dark and early, right? We've got a little ways to go before sunrise with a live look over the city lights of downtown Portland. No fog in the downtown area, but some of us may be seeing a little patchy fog this morning. It's cool in Hillsborough at 49, 48 in King City. The airport, though, at 58. And as we roll through the day today, you will note that the east breeze is going to start to pick up a bit. So it's going to be a breezy day and a warm day eventually, with temperatures getting into the 80s. This morning it's 50 in Tillamook, 61 in Florence. We hop over the Cascades. Chilly, but we've certainly been colder, right? It's 35 right now in Baker City. Burns waking up to 37, and the Dalles sitting at 53 degrees. All right, the plan for Saturday: kick back, relax, and enjoy. Or maybe the sunshine has you doing a lot of outdoor work today. It will be a beautiful first day of October with temperatures climbing to the mid-80s, obviously well above average for this time of the year. Your full 7-day forecast comes up in just a few minutes, Tim.
Okay, thanks a lot, Chris. Well, we start this half hour with two deadly stabbings in Portland's Old Town, both over the course of just a matter of hours. In the second case, a person was killed near Northwest Cooch and Broadway around 8:30 last night. This is just 4 blocks away from where a man was stabbed to death on a sidewalk just before noon. Police tell us they have a suspect detained in that earlier case. Our Alma McCarty has been looking into the suspect, 50-year-old Dorian Cannon, who is now facing murder charges.
In Old Town Friday, crime tape zigzagged across the street, blocking part of Northwest 3rd Avenue at West Burnside as police investigated a deadly stabbing.
You know, noteworthy thing is this happened in broad daylight. It was right in the middle of the day, right at 11:30, right before lunch, so a lot of people around.
After gathering evidence, officers detained a suspect found just a couple of blocks away. Late Friday night, Portland police announced they arrested and charged 50-year-old Dorian Cannon with murder.
Anytime we have, violence on our streets, it's concerning to us.
Cannon's history of previous charges dates back to 2004 in Oregon. The most recent, an arrest just this week for disorderly conduct in Clackamas County. Back in 2020, he served time for a bias crime charge after police say he used hate speech and threatened a TriMet driver with a knife. Documents also reveal the suspect to be homeless, with his mental fitness called into question by the court. Police have not released the name of the victim.
It's a loss of life, so it's a tragedy, and we hate to see that, but unfortunately it's a sign of the times that we're experiencing down here in Old Town.
The stabbing happened right outside Union Gospel Mission, where Jason Christensen is the executive director. He says he's seen an increased police presence in this area, which he's grateful for. But he says problems persist.
The problem really comes down to is the open air drug use and drug trafficking is really what's happening. 98% of our homeless guests are good people who just want to take care and get themselves fed, get some clothes, what they need, and they mind their own business. They're actually pretty good at keeping the peace around here, but it's the drug usage that's going on that's causing the problems down here.
Yeah, and what
Well, the new video out of South Carolina shows Charleston was spared the worst of Hurricane Ian. While the historic city still saw torrential rain and strong winds that ripped apart a pier, it avoided a devastating storm surge. In Florida, 48 hours after Ian pummeled the southwest coast, rescuers are still searching for survivors. At least 27 people have now died, according to the Associated Press, a number that's likely to rise. The trail of damage stretches from the Gulf of Mexico to the Atlantic. Residents are having to go in by boat in some cases, trying to get back to see if their home survived. In one neighborhood in Orlando, nowhere near the coast, streets were still submerged.
It was like the entire world just came crashing down on us. We worked really hard to have it, and now it's gone.
And during that interview, you could see an alligator. You see it right there, swimming by right in front of their home. Snakes and other animals, another hazard after the storm, making it that much more dangerous. Early estimates say Ian may have caused more than $100 billion in damage, which would make it the fourth costliest hurricane in U.S. history. Well, as the long road to rebuilding and recovery begins, it appears Portland will play a major role with a program known as Operation Blue Roof. Mike Benner has the details.
If the images coming out of Florida are any indication, the need for assistance in the wake of Hurricane Ian will be immense, and Portland is poised to answer the call.
It's extremely important, and it's such an honor to get to serve the American people in this way.
Colonel Mike Helton says the Portland branch of the U.S. Corps of Engineers, on behalf of FEMA, will be operating the call center for Operation Blue Roof.
And so Hurricane Ian that just came through, we're preparing for Operation Blue Roof to be able to get folks back into their homes and provide at least a temporary roof over their heads.
These employees with the U.S. Corps of Engineers are training right now, but in a matter of days they'll be taking calls from Floridians who have badly damaged roofs due to Hurricane Ian. These call takers from a high-rise in downtown Portland will then tap contractors in the southeast who will go out and install fiber-reinforced sheeting over hurricane-damaged roofs.
And being somebody from Florida, Florida is obviously very special to me. And so I want to help out my state as much as I can.
Jonathan Jenkins will be one of the volunteer call takers, just like he was in the days after Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana. The Operation Blue Roof Call Center, based in Jacksonville at the time, received a peak call volume of more than 16,000 calls for help per day. It resulted in contractors installing more than 33,000 temporary roofs.
When they get a hold of us on the phone and get to speak to an actual voice of somebody who cares and is there to help them, it's a really good experience for them, and it helps them feel better about it, and it makes us feel good too, being able to help them.
Operation Blue Roof was up and running for approximately 2 months following Hurricane Ida. The length of this new mission is really anybody's guess, but this much is clear.
We're in it for the long haul. We're going to be receiving calls, and once we get the go-ahead, we're going to be receiving calls until that final need is met.
In Portland, Mike Benner for KGW News.
And if you'd like to lend a hand, we can get you started. Scan the QR code on your screen right now for a link to donate to the Red Cross, which is working on the ground right now. We also have all those details up for you on KGW.com. Well, another local business is closing its doors for good. People retiring and the recent staffing shortages are to blame, they say. Coming up next, we'll hear from the owners of Chez Jose about the difficult transition.